Hello and welcome to Life with Randy and Grace, LIFE, Living in Full Expression. And today, from what I understand, we are going to tackle the question of technology. I got to tell you, this is a tough one for me. I don't know if I'm going to have any answers. Technology has always been difficult for me. They had to drag me into the 20th century with this stuff.
I had to beg you to get a phone. Remember that? You wanted no part of a phone, but I wanted you to get it for safety.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I'm really sorry I have
can't get your face out of it.
That's not true.
Yeah, well.
I don't receive any of that. It's not true. And having said that, we do get connected because everything is on it. Your email is on it. Your messages are on it. Your telephone calls are on it. Your pictures are on it. There's a lot there. So, okay, where are we starting?
You're not kidding. Well, first of all, it's, I think everybody's used to it. I mean, it's a necessity these days. You cannot do without it. We all see this as, whether it's somebody wants to do a Zoom call or you have to sign up online or if you call things like the IRS, banking, anything. If you have a question, you send an email or you go online and it gets answered. If you have to call on the telephone, they may never pick up or you wait and they'll call you back a day later. I mean, it is a necessity for an efficient life. So we have no choice but to learn it and dig in there and do the best we can and try not to get frustrated. But before we go any further, I want the audience to know we're no experts, but we're good at giving this podcast because we get frustrated and we have these difficulties. So we are not experts, but all we can do is just tell you is what's tended to work for us, and maybe it'll work for you. So let's talk about passwords. Everything needs a password. And some people say, you should never write them down. I think that's kind of ridiculous. I'll explain why, and now you have to put in a special character and 8 or 10 characters long and a lowercase and an uppercase. And so, I write mine down. I would suggest you not keep it next to your phone or next to your computer. But, I can't remember all these, and they say don't use the same one. So not only do you have a lot to remember, every 6 months, a lot of these sites come back and they say, you must change your password. So now you have to change it, and you can't use a previous password. So if I didn't write them down, I would be lost.
I have a Word document that is 3 pages long that has any password that I have created. And 3 pages.
Where do you keep it? You don't keep it next to your computer. In case there was a break-in or something, you don't want your password.
I have it. It's a Word. What did I say? I said it's a Word document.
On your computer?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I get locked out, I have to shut down that part of the computer and go to Word, bring up the 3 pages, find it, and then use it.
Now, some people might say that's not the smartest thing. If they get into your computer, they've got everything else. But I keep it on my phone, and I have a phone password. So, I don't personally have a problem with it.
Well, I'm sure when it comes to technology, I'm not doing the smartest things. But however, having said all of that, you can't even really safeguard anything anymore. I mean, so
what does that mean?
It means that you're hackable. Your phone is hackable. Your computer is hackable. There's the more technology grows, the less really secure people are.
Well, but and technology keeps getting better. Now they go to 2-factor authentication. They have
3-factor.
They have text your phone, which I happen to like. They have facial ID, which I like even more. But I often wonder if I grew a beard, would it still work? If I had a facelift, would it still work? I'm gonna have to go back and do another. Anyway, that's beside the point. But I like those. But even with those, sometimes they want a password, so it doesn't mean you can ignore your passwords. Google, Apple have features that save passwords, but sometimes you still need a password.
Well, and then sometimes they will say they'll generate it for you. Now, if they
Oh.
generate it for you, if you don't have it written down,
Yeah.
or if you don't have it locked into some passkey situation, I'm going to remember Google, triple digit, blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah, they are awful passwords. Please.
So they're unique.
They make no sense.
But to your point of writing them down, if you allow them to generate a password for you and then you don't have it recorded in some kind of passkey situation, or you have it written down, you're never going to remember that.
Exactly.
So
that's why
they can say it's not safe, but you really have no alternative.
That's true.
Okay. Just let's pick something else I hate about technology.
Okay, here's something else you hate. Not only your passwords can be difficult, this one really gets her. Automatic updates to your computer or your phone, and then things work a little differently.
I hate updates. I hate them. I hate them on any social media. I hate them because everything then changes. Nothing's the same anymore.
Well, but they protect you from, a virus standpoint.
They protect them.
And they don't always change, but occasionally they change a lot.
They don't do anything to protect us. With every new technological update, they are crawling into our lives more and more and more. And yeah, I'm not a fan.
That's true.
I'm not a fan.
Now, there's some very good things about technology. In fact, I think a lot of it's good.
Oh, please tell me some.
More than my wife.
Please tell me some.
Okay. TV streaming. I love it. I don't need to run wires for cable to put a TV somewhere like I used to have to do. I love the streaming of the cable.
That's wonderful, honey.
Or the streaming services. It's great. It's great. It makes it so much easier. You buy TV, you put it anywhere you want it. It goes on wireless. Boom, you're good.
Well, I would be very happy, quite honestly, to return to the 1960s, where you just had a box, had television, you turned it on, you walked away, you watched your show. That's it.
You couldn't record anything.
No.
I couldn't. I would shoot myself in the head if I had to go through it. The way I love sports, the commercials, especially the golf, no. I can't watch it live. I can't even watch hardly a football game live. There's just too many commercials.
As a fitness instructor, I will tell you the best thing to do if you want to start a new exercise program, go back to old-fashioned TV, watch commercials. Every time a commercial gets up, walk around the room, do some ab work, do some biceps.
You'll be doing that half your day.
Well, yes.
Watching TV.
That's my point. All of a sudden, you get your exercise in.
Well, how about Zoom calls? Zoom calls really enhance your business because you can do your workouts, fitness for people in different states on Zoom, and that must be something that you like.
Well,
that's an advantage technology for you.
I would say I'm not completely on the side of it's an advantage. When
you're a tough nut to crack.
I love teaching classes, but there is nothing like being in person. Now, I do remember when we moved in one of our moves, and people who loved my classes said, well, why don't you do them online for us? And at that point in my life, I had completely no idea of how to do that. And then, of course, COVID hit.
Right. And COVID really exacerbated.
And then it became, if you did want to continue anything, there was a necessity to learn Zoom or some of the other options and resources. So now I do classes on Zoom. However, so yes, I do. And my classes are much smaller and things die off. So it definitely helps a little bit, but certainly not in terms of building a live fitness business. So it has the advantages that I can see clients who I had 3, 4, 6 years ago and still see them, but I'm not able to get any new clients. So I don't see it as an advantage.
Well, okay. I see all kinds of advantages. Let's talk about banking. I don't have to go to the bank to deposit a check. Medical, I get my medical lab results back online. You can have Zoom calls with the doctors. You don't have to go wait at the doctor's office, blah, blah, blah. I mean, huge conveniences happen as a result of the technology.
Okay. I refuse to bank online. I refuse to use Zelle or any of those. I refuse to, they give you a doctor's porthole. I refuse to use that. No, I don't. And the other thing is, I think everybody on both sides, the resource and the people, I think we're all getting very lazy. We'd rather do things from home and not have to, oh my goodness, spend time to get there. That would be a horror. Or
talking to a real person. Oh my God.
Right, or talking to a real person. And, I mean, it might be okay, if I had a checkup once in a while with a doctor on a screen. But no, I don't think they really know what the heck they're really facing when you're on the screen. It's ridiculous to me. I might as well talk to a fake AI doctor. That's fine.
Well, that's coming too.
And that's coming too.
Probably already here.
Right.
So this is very amusing to me because we started out and I said, the technology is a necessity today in life. And with a few exceptions, your argument is it's not.
Well, it is if you want to be in the loop of things, I guess. But I would advise as many people as possible to use as little of it as possible. That's just me, it's just me. Although there are a lot of people who agree with me. Even technology in cars. How ridiculous is this? You don't have to turn your head to look back. No, you can back into something using your automatic camera. How about the fact that, originally you had a car, you put gas on it, and you went. Now you have 100,000 different things on your dashboard that can go wrong. And every single one of them when it goes wrong, it's a huge bill.
Oh, you're talking about for maintenance with the screens.
The screens. No, I'm talking about anything automatic. What was wrong with rolling down your window? Nothing. You got a little exercise. Now you push a button. However, if that button goes wrong, you probably got a $1,000 bill. The more technology you have in your car, the more expensive it's going to be to maintain it.
Well, that's true. So you're cracking me up. I don't even know what to say to you. Why do you need to worry about it? But even you will admit it is a necessity on some things, and you have to use it. And that's why you get frustrated, because you do use it. You just try to minimize your use. Some good reasons and some questionable reasons.
Okay, well, when your whole bank account is stolen, you come to me and talk to me about how good it was that you were banking online.
Tonight for a drink, I'm fixing you an old fashioned. That is right up your alley.
It certainly is. And I will gladly accept it.
Okay, now that we've covered that ground, let's talk about how not to get frustrated and how do you get help.
You have to have a good friend who's younger than you are, who understands computers that you can call. Because I have one, don't I?
That is the best. That's probably the best. Or you could ask your husband.
Well, sometimes I do.
Or your wife. I'm not saying it's only men that didn't know technology, women, but you could ask your spouse. But a lot of times.
And I do. And many times you've helped me out. Many, many times you've helped me out.
I thought you were going to say I tended to be a little smarty pants.
Well, you are, obviously. He's demonstrating that. I don't have to say it. Hello.
It is fun.
But, I mean, there have also been times when I've shown you a little link of how things go that you were unaware of.
Yeah, I'm not perfect. Absolutely.
Oh my God. Let's record that.
I don't know where you dreamed it up. No, I don't know where you dreamed it up, but occasionally you do know some things.
Fine.
So, interestingly enough, you can use technology to help with technology. Use Google. You can Google or whatever. And if you're having a problem, ask them, what do you do if your iPhone won't wake up, blah, blah, blah. And it's very, very helpful. You can help yourself using technology. Not to mention AI. AI is unbelievable. So it helps you manage frustration. And speaking of technology, AI is going to make it even more necessary. And everybody has the AI discussion. You can use it in a bad way, which can be horrible, or use it for the good of humankind. And this can be wonderful. It's like anything else. You can kill somebody with a gun, or you can shoot target practice and have fun with a gun. But it's pretty powerful. So I'd encourage you to at least look into it, try it, and see what it can do. It's pretty easy. Comment?
I hate technology. Again, you have. It is important to incorporate it into life today because it is so much a part of life today, and it would also be wonderful to return to simpler things. And it makes humans more responsible when you return to simpler things for what you do, for what you think, for how you act. There is a great need to rely on technology and to, cover yourself in it so that you don't have anything to do. And then, so once you get an answer from technology, you, I guess, are not responsible for whatever it told you to do. So it's just like, it's not your fault. It's the thing's fault, whatever the thing is.
Well, I got to tell you, I think there might be a technology guide somewhere up there floating around, because I think there's certain things in the atmosphere. When Grace touches a computer, we can have identical computers. We can do the same thing on the computer. Something will mess up on hers. I don't know why. I think she's got electrons shooting out of her fingers.
It knows I hate it.
Right. And so, you come up, things happen that I've never seen before when you're on technology. I will say that. So it never, ever happens to me. So maybe if you had an attitude change about technology, you would use it more and enjoy it more.
Well, I'll have an attitude change. I'll put it in the trash can instead of tolerating it.
Wow. Okay. Do we have any questions? I need help.
Oh my. Okay, this is for you, Randy.
Carl from Fort Wayne, the home of Notre Dame. Yeah.
Fort Wayne?
Indiana, yeah. Or is it South Bend?
South Bend.
South
Thank
Bend.
you very much. I guess technology didn't help him with that one.
Well, Fort Wayne's important for something. I don't remember what. South Bend, thank you. Is AI too complicated for me to learn at my age, and where should I start?
Oh, you haven't told us how old you are, Carl, but
Well, I don't care how old you are. It's never too complicated. It's never, whatever age you are, use it. It's so much easier than even Google or anything. You just go on ChatGPT, Gemini, any of those apps, and you ask it a question, and you'll be blown away at the answers that you get.
I think AI, of all of the technological things that have happened, is probably the simplest to use. So, if the question is it easy to learn? The quick answer is yes. And where do you start? Ask it a question.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll give you an answer. However, try and keep your brain in gear in case it tells you to jump off a bridge.
Well, I read the other day that test scores in high schools in America in the last year have improved significantly more than they have in the last 5 years. And I think the reason is AI, because it makes things easier. You can ask it anything. It will explain it to you. It's like your own tutor in a way. And so you put the answers down on the paper or whatever, if you can use AI, and all of a sudden you're smarter. But it does make you lazy, as my wife says. For instance, this is, you can get an app today. It's unbelievable. You go to any country, Norway, and you pull up a language app, and you speak English, and the phone will speak Norwegian to the person you're talking to. They speak Norwegian back. It comes back as English to you. You can communicate with anybody in any language instantaneously. So therefore, you don't have to learn any languages. Is that good? I don't think that's necessarily good. But the efficiency, the fact that you can do that is amazing, and it definitely helps communication of all people, no matter what the language is.
Right. Certainly. So I think that in that particular situation, it can be important for a crisis situation.
Yeah.
Right. But it's certainly not going to help you in terms of your cultural growth. So if you
Very
you
well
know,
said. Very well said. But if is a crisis, you're really hungry and you want something to eat and you want to ask for stuff, is that a crisis? It's very useful.
If you're in a foreign country and you want something to eat, I think you can make yourself known. I think they would understand.
Go to Japan. They have pictures. Pictures on the wall. Just point. Anyway,
I think it's very important to keep your brain working no matter what technology is being used. It's important to keep the brain working, and important for any human being to keep thinking regardless of what technology is being offered.
well, to sum up today, it is a necessity in a lot of ways in life today, because that's just the world, the way the world is going. So try not to get frustrated. Try to keep a good attitude, and try not to get frustrated. Rely on other people to help you, or Google or whatever, for when you have technology issues. But I don't think there's any other choice. So
In the
good
meantime,
luck.
if you have hints, if there are things that you can share that you think will make me have a better understanding or a better, quote, attitude about.
Please.
Oh,
Help.
just stop. Then fine. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your LIFE. and
Happy passwords.
Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.